ٹل جاتی ہیں ہماری تو ساری مصیبتیں ہم جب کبھی خلوص سے کہتے ہیں یا علی، بلند تر سلوات، پہلے یہ مان لے کے ہیں حیدری عابد نہ کبھی رنج و محن سے نکلا، عابد نہ کبھی رنج و محن سے نکلا بھی تو بس شکر و دہن سے نکلا، بیمار نے پہنی جو ہی کالی پوشا، سب نے جانا کہ ہے یہ چاند گہن سے نکلا، عابد نہ کبھی، بلند تر سلوات، اللہم صلی علی محمد۔ جاؤد میں کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر بار بار، جاؤد میں کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر بار بار، جاؤد میں کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر بار بار، لافتہ کہتے تھے جبریل و پیمبر بار بار، جاؤد میں کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر بار بار، مل گیا بستر شب ہجرت علی کو، مل گیا بستر شب ہجرت علی کو، مل گیا جانشینی کا نہیں ملتا ہے بستر بار بار، جاؤد میں کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر بار بار، جاؤد میں کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر بار بار، یاد رکھو اپنے ہی مرگ گواہی کے لیے، یاد رکھو اپنے ہی مرگ گواہی کے لیے، ہم مناتے ہیں غم سبط پیمبر بار بار، جاؤد میں کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر بار بار، جاؤد میں کھینچتے کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر، بار بار آتی رہی بن بن کے دنیا سامنے، بار بار آتی رہی بن بن کے دنیا سامنے، اور علی مارا کیے ٹھوکر پہ ٹھوکر، بار بار جا بہت میں کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر، بار بار کرتے جاتے تھے شاہ کے قدموں پہ سر اپنا نثا، کرتے جاتے شاہ کے قدموں پہ سر اپنا نثا، زندہ گر ہوتے 72 کے 72، بار بار جا بہت میں کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر، بار بار جا بہت میں کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر، بار بار یاد آ جاتی تھی جا بھی روز عاشوراء کی پیاس، یاد آ جاتی تھی جا بھی روز عاشوراء کی پیاس، چومتے تھے لب نواسے کے پیمبر، بار بار جا بہت میں کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر، بار بار جا بہت میں کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر، بار بار ایک سجدہ جو کیا سبط نبی نے وقت عصر، ایک سجدہ جو کیا سبط نبی نے وقت عصر، ایسے سجدے میں نہیں جھکتا کوئی سر، بار بار جا بہت میں کھینچتے تھے تیغ حیدر، بار بار جا بہت۔
نعرہ تکبیر، نعرہ تکبیر، نعرہ رسالت، نعرہ رسالت، نعرہ حیدری، نعرہ حیدری، نعرہ صلوات، صلی اللہ محمد
اس کو نکال دے باہر کو۔ Please recite a Surah Fatiha for all the Shuhada of Islam and the Marhumeen of this gathering. Before I start the gathering, if the men can move up a little bit further so there could be room in the back for those who are going to be coming late. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala ashraf al-anbiya wal mursaleen. Sayyidina wa Maulana Abil Qasim Muhammad. Wa ala alihi at-tayyibin al-tahirin al-ma'sumin. Siyuma baqiyat Allah al-azam. Ruhi wa arwahul alamin lahul fida. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. We know who Imam Hussein is. We can feel him. We have experienced him in our lives. We see the footprints of Imam Hussein in the things that we do. We see him in our heart and in our mind. And we know of him, but it's very difficult, I have seen, it's very difficult for Shias to express who Imam Hussein is to others. When we speak about Imam Hussein to others, we do injustice to Imam Hussein. And why is that? Can be attributed to the fact that we live in an ummah whose understanding of Tawheed is so less that anytime you praise anyone, they start to blame you for making him like God. You know, how can someone become God? And because of the fact that you don't understand God and you don't understand Tawheed, so anytime, for example, if I speak about someone's greatness or if someone has reached greatness, he doesn't become God. It's God who's giving him that greatness. And because of the fact that we live amongst Muslims who don't know Tawheed, who don't know who is Allah and what is Allah, so that when we actually want to speak about people of greatness or people that Allah has given greatness to, we are afraid to speak because they will not understand it. They might not understand it. And then, you got fatwas going around saying that we are kafir just because they don't understand what Allah is. The fact is that when we actually speak about Ahlul Bayt and the awliya of Allah, their greatness is beyond our comprehension. It's really beyond our comprehension. And that's the reason why there's this glamour, there's this attraction that we human beings naturally have towards people of greatness, those who are great. And that attraction is what pulls us. And the best of the best, the greatest of all the great, Allah has made in Ahlul Bayt. And that is the reason why there's this attraction for us to come there. Now, who is Imam Hussein? When we want to know that, it is not that he is our Imam. Is that all Imam Hussein is to you? The Imam, he's the third Imam. Who's Imam Hussein? He's the grandson of the Prophet. That's it? Is that who Imam Hussein is? And hence, when we actually want to learn about Imam Hussein, we need to really understand him the way that, that Allah and Ahlul Bayt have introduced him. Why? Because it's the reality. It's the reality. Yesterday I mentioned that everything that Allah has intended from man, whether it's His mercy, whether it's His forgiveness, whether it's guidance or salvation or intercession, everything that Allah has meant for mankind can be found through Imam Hussein. Everything. Allah's mercy is found through Imam Hussein in the most fastest way. He is the shortcut for everything that has to do with Allah and for man to reach Allah. He is that bridge that cuts the distance so far that it becomes easy to reach Allah if we go through Imam Hussein. Just crying for Imam Hussein, like the words of Imam Sadiq alayhi salam, and how he speaks about just the crying for Imam Hussein is the reason why people enter heaven. It is just given as a side gift to people who are crying for Hussein. Tears. This is unheard of in hadith. And it is the words of the Imams. Not just one Imam, many of the Imams have mentioned it. Rasulullah has mentioned it. And when we look at this, that's where our mind starts to truly get perplexed. But we really can't understand it. We just need to feel and experience it. And that's my invitation to everyone. These 10 days, I want to speak about Imam Hussein. And who is Hussein? And who in reality is Hussein? And that's what we really want to get down to. And then ourselves, a lot of people think that, yes, Imam Hussein is great. But one of the things that happens is that not only Imam Hussein is great, but to understand his greatness, you need to understand the people or the things that are related to him and how great they are. Like, for example, the hadith I told you about. The dirt of Imam Hussein, the dirt that's around Imam Hussein, right? It is said that it is a cure. It is a cure. Imam Sadiq says that it is a cure for everything that is an obstacle between you and Allah. And what is this? Just the dirt that's around Imam Hussein, not Imam Hussein. Imam Hussein is something else. Just the dirt that's related to him. That's it. So now you understand Imam Hussein in comparison to the greatness of these things. I just want to mention this so that people can have hope in achieving greatness. And really, achieving greatness is not difficult. It's not difficult. It's very easy. So let me explain that because it might give us the confidence to know that, I do have a chance also to achieve these great things that Allah has promised. I also have a chance. But the question is, do you want to be great? You need to decide that in yourself. Do you want to be great or you want to be just mediocre, average? If you're fine with average, then Ramadan is good for you. But if you want excellence, then you need to come to Muharram. There's a difference between Ramadan and Muharram. In Ramadan, we are all trying to save our hide. The du'as we make in Ramadan is what? Allah save me from the fire of hell. When a person goes into Ramadan, he's like always looking after himself and saying that, Allah, please protect me. That's what he's doing. But in Muharram, the level of thinking is different. No one sits here in Muharram, hears about what happened to Ali Akbar or Ali Asghar and starts thinking, Alhamdulillah, it's not my son. You see, no one thinks that. Everyone is saying that, I wish I was slaughtered for Hussein. I wish I was killed before Hussein did. You see, the whole chain of thought, the whole level of thinking is different in Muharram. It's a time for excellence. It's a time for greatness. It's not a time for being mediocre. And when we are coming here to Imam Hussein, there is excellence that's being offered. And who's willing to take it? Who wants to be a part of it? Who wants to achieve that greatness? If your answer is yes, then we'll go forward. If not, let's end it right here. And we can do something else. So if the answer is yes, just send me a salawat. So that means that you all want to achieve excellence and you all want to know how to achieve it. Very good. Let's send a louder salawat then. When you look at Allah, He is merciful, He is kind, He is giving. Allah is a giving God. He's not stingy, He doesn't hold back. He wants to give. He wants to give freely, liberally. He's not someone who's saying that, okay, you know what, Allah, I want something and I'm going to hold it back from you. No, He will openly give it to you. There's nothing that's stopping Allah from giving. And Allah gives openly. Do we all agree with that? Every Muslim agrees with that. Every human being, if you see that, will agree with it. That yes, God is a giving God. God is a merciful God. God is a kind God who's looking at all of us and wants to give us. There's nothing that's stopping Him also from giving. And He gives. And when He gives to everyone who's seeking it, who wants it, who's capable of it. He gives it. What we have is from Him, and then we can get more from Him. We have to understand why we don't have more, why we don't have more knowledge, why we don't have more patience, why we don't have more loyalty, why we don't have more faith. It's not that Allah doesn't want to give, it's just that maybe I'm the one who's incapable of getting it. Maybe I lack the capacity to get it. Maybe my glass is not big enough to contain it. I need to bigger my glass. I need to bigger my container if I want more. That's the main idea behind this. So Allah gives. We need to see that we need to increase our ability to give. And you know what? When Allah gives, you will be surprised to see who gets it from Allah. It's, average people who, when they get that blessing from Allah, they rise to greatness. They play such a crucial role in the history of mankind. Average people, they're nobodies. But you know what? They rise to greatness just because a little mercy of Allah fell on them. I want you to see this. I'll give examples also. There is a person Allah talks about in the Quran. He doesn't name him. He just mentions him. He just mentions him as a believer. He says there's a believer. Allah is speaking about him in the Quran. There's a believer. And who is this believer? We don't know who he is. We don't know his name. But he's known as Mu'min Ali Fir'aun. He is a believer from the people of Fir'aun. Fir'aun meaning the Pharaoh. Fir'aun, the cruel tyrant. There was one person in his court amongst his people who was a believer. And when the life of Moses, Hazrat Musa, was in danger, and Fir'aun found out about Musa and now wanted to kill him, to take his life, this believer in the court of Fir'aun came and saved the life of Musa. Allah speaks about it in the Quran and says that this Mu'min Ali Fir'aun, the believer in the people of Fir'aun, came there. He works for Fir'aun. He is with Fir'aun. He was raised with Fir'aun, and he still works with Fir'aun, but he is a believer. He's a believer. He works for the tyrant, but he's still a believer. And Allah speaks about him. He says this believer came and protected the life of one of the greatest prophets of Allah. Musa went on. He ran away from there. He came back. He came back with a message of Allah to Fir'aun, and he stood against Fir'aun until Fir'aun was destroyed. My friends, all of that happened because of this one believer who is a nobody. Who's a nobody. But Allah wants us to know the importance of the role that he played in the history of Islam. I mean, if this person, through the little mercy that Allah showed him, can become great, tell me, what's stopping you and me? What is stopping you and me from not playing that role? This one person, just nobody, an average person, can rise to greatness just because Allah's mercy. My friends, if Allah shows a little bit of mercy on us, we rise to greatness. We rise to greatness. Imagine this, our rise to greatness is not difficult. All it requires is a mercy, a bounty from Allah. If He just brushes you with that, you will see that your whole life changes. And you play an important role like that. You play an important role like that. Just want you to understand it. And I want you to know this example. See this. I'll give another example, right? People that you might not know. But you know, in order for you to get that, there are certain things that you need. Certain things. You need to have faith. You need to have patience. You need to have loyalty. You need to be faithful. You need to be tolerant. You need to be steadfast and determined. Things that we need. If you have those things, then you know what? Allah is going to give you that opportunity. He's going to give you the chance, and He's going to give you the tawfiq to play a major role. Imagine if you were given the chance to play that role for Imam Zaman. We can do it. Just get yourself ready and wait for Allah's blessing. And you will see that if Allah just brushes you with a little bit of blessing, that's it. You play such a big role. And this is a person that Allah just brushed with His mercy. He is not Allah's mercy. He has been brushed with His mercy. Just a little bit of mercy was given to him. A drop came from the sky and fell on this guy's head, and he grew sense in his mind to do something like that. Now imagine, if this is a person that Allah praises in the Quran, imagine that person which is the mercy of Allah on earth. I mean, really, in comparison, just a person that Allah has put a drop on his head has reached that level that he became an ayat of the Quran. Then a person like Imam Hussein is the whole Quran itself. Simple thing. Subhanallah. Now I'll give an example. Send a salawats. You know, Qais was a 28-year-old man who was condemned of being a lover of Imam Hussein. Qais was a 28-year-old man. He was condemned of being a lover of Imam Hussein. His crime was that Imam Hussein had sent a letter to the leaders of the Shias in Kufa, where Imam Hussein wrote down their names, and these 10 names were written down of the leaders of the Shias there. And Imam Hussein addressed the letter to them, and he sent it through this youngster by the name of Qais. Qais came to Kufa to give the letter of Imam Hussein to the 10 leaders of Kufa. And when he came there, he was arrested. And when he was arrested, they were trying to divulge the information from Qais. They're trying to divulge the information from Qais. And he refused to give them the information. He had the names of 10 people in Kufa that if they had found out, then Ibn Ziyad would have gone and killed all those 10 people. Right? That's what they were looking for. Who are the people that Hussein is writing to and he's in touch with? 10 people were these people, so hence that was easy for them. So what happened is that this Qais, he refused to do that. And so what they did is that they took him to the roof of the governor's palace. They cut off his head and threw the body from the roof to the ground. cut his head off. This person really, in his mind, was thinking, you know what? I'd rather die than to have 10 of Hussein's followers killed. I would rather die myself in order to protect them. Just that. I want to give my life to protect their identity. And he gave it. And he gave his life. Friends, just with sincerity. He didn't want a name. He didn't want fame. He didn't want to be known. He didn't even show people that, listen, I am being very pious over here and I'm being religious over here. So if you do want to build a masjid after this, you can build it in my name. He didn't do that. Sometimes we need to see this. Just a little bit of opportunity, but you get this opportunity when you have sincerity. When you have those qualities, you get that opportunity from Allah. Allah gives you that chance to be great. Just bring those qualities inside of you. Can you be loyal? Can you be faithful to Imam Hussein? Can you be like that? Imam Hussein is different. Leave Imam Hussein alone. I'm talking about a follower of his. And not even an important follower. Just a person who's carrying his letter. The mailman. You know, and you were like, that's the mailman? He's willing to give his life. Just the mailman is so loyal to Imam Hussein, he will rather give his life than to have other people killed. Can we be like that? Imam Hussein is different. Imam Hussein is different because Imam Sadiq says regarding Imam Hussein, in Ziyarat Arba'in, we'll read this in Ziyarat Arba'in. In that he says that Bazala muhjatahu fiq. He speaks about Imam Hussein, that Hussein is he who has given his blood. Hussein is he who has given his blood in you. If you can understand Arabic, right, this would be so much more meaningful. But I'll try to explain it, what Imam is saying. You know, he didn't say, fi sabilillah. He didn't say in Allah's way. No, he says, no, Allah, he didn't do it in your way. He did it in you. He gave it in you. There was nothing else between him and you. It was just him and you. There was no name, there was nothing. It was just Hussein and you, and he gave it in you. Anything else would have been an obstacle between him and you. There was nothing between Hussein and you. It's very difficult to even understand that. We do things, yes, fi sabilillah. We do it in Allah's way. We do it for Allah's cause, for His religion. We all do it, right? But Hussein did it just for Allah. Nothing else. It's difficult to understand. That is Hussein. But here, for us, average is that we want to do it in Allah's way. And when this person died, Qais, when he died and the news of Qais reached Imam Hussein, Imam Hussein recited this ayat. And that's what I want to recite to you. He recited this ayat. As soon as he heard that this person died, your mailman died, and he was killed because of this, he says, Rijalun, this is an ayat of the Quran, Rijalun sadaqu ma ahadullah alayhi. They are men, true men, who keep the promises they made with Allah. They made a promise with Allah and they keep it. They're loyal to it, they're faithful to it, and they will not leave that promise no matter what happens to them. These are those people. How did they get that? My friends, just a little bit of mercy from Allah. That's all it is. Think about the 72 people who were with Imam Hussein. The companions of Imam Hussein. I want you to think about them. Just think about them, right? All of them were threatened. All of them were threatened by injury, by torture, by their life, by the fear of death. All of them were being threatened to leave Hussein. All of them were being enticed and bribed to leave Hussein. You know, you're going to get houses, you're going to get wealth, you're going to get all of these things. On one hand, there are threats. On the other hand, there are enticements, sticks and carrots. Everything was being offered to them to leave Hussein. To leave Hussein. Just leave him. And you know what? No matter what it is that they're being threatened, right? No one budged. They all stood with Hussein. They all were loyal to Hussein, even with all the threats that were happening. Promises were made. My friends, understand this. There are two people who are making promises to you right now in your life, each and every one of you. In your life, there are two promises that are being made to you. One promise that's being made to you is that, listen, you are being offered dunya, you are being offered the things of dunya, peace, you are being offered money, you're being offered green cards, you're being offered whatever it is. You are being offered that. And the only thing is that leave Islam, leave the truth, leave Ahlul Bayt, leave Hussein. Leave it. Change yourself. Make yourself normal, average, and you will have a good, peaceful life here. You don't want to be a part of all that. You're being offered all of this. Go ahead, take it. That's one offer that's being made. That was made to the companions of Imam Hussein also. They were even being offered the whole government of Ray. You know, a city called Ray, which was a very influential city. It's like the New York of today, or LA. If someone is offering, listen, you go and kill Hussein and we will give you the mayorship of Los Angeles. You'll become the mayor. LA is a big city. And the mayor of LA. Just imagine that. And all you have to do is nothing, just, stand there. We'll do the killing. You don't even have to do the killing. You just stand there and watch it. Stand there and watch it. People are ready to do that. People are ready to do that. They don't want to be a part of it. They don't, okay, if I don't have to do anything, I'll just stand there and watch it. That's all I have to do. Yeah, you can even watch it on the news. Just watch it on the news as the truth gets trampled and the people of the truth get killed. Just watch it on the news. Just don't say anything. That's it. That's all we're asking you to do. Umar ibn Asad was offered that. He said, you just need to just go there with the army, stand there. That's all we ask you to do. Nothing else. That's all you do. Imagine that. So that's one promise that's being made to you. Another promise that's being made to you is what Allah is promising. Allah is making a promise to you also. وَعْدَ اللَّهُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ وَالْمُؤْمِنَاتِ. Allah's promise is for those who believe. Believing men and believing women. Allah is making a promise also, my friends. And who is He making the promise to? To the believers. Men and women. Both. Allah mentions this in the Quran. Men and women. Now first of all, we need to see who these mu'min are. Who are these believers? There has to be some standard, right, of who these believers are. I mentioned all this. I want you to come now with me to this point now. Who are these believers Allah is talking about in the Quran? That Allah is making a promise to you. Who are these believers? There has to be a standard there. We need to know. Otherwise, if it's a vague thing, then, we won't be motivated towards it. There has to be some sort of specific standard that has been given to us. Okay, if you have this, then you're a believer. You know, that standard was given by Imam Ali. Very simply put, he really simply put it. Imam Ali told Imam Hussein, his son. Imam Ali spoke to Imam Hussein, said to Imam Hussein that, Hussein, anyone who cries for you is a mu'min. Anyone who cries for you is a mu'min. Crying for Hussein is the standard of faith. Those who cry, those who mourn, are believers. And when Allah is saying that I am promising believers, then this is the standard. This is the standard now. Allah is making His promise to you. He says, you cry for Hussein, you are a believer, I'm promising you. What? Allah, what are you promising? What are you promising? You know, one of the promises that He made with everyone who is a believer is that you, believer, you are going to be with Hussein. You know, in Akhirat, yes, that's a reality that we know and we believe in and we know that. But you know that Allah wants to even fulfill that promise here in this dunya. Allah wants to fulfill that promise. He says, and when Allah makes a promise, His promises are not empty. Allah's promises are true. They are filled. They are fulfilled. Even you know it before it happens that it's fulfilled. Allah doesn't go back on His promises. La yukhliful mi'ad. Allah does not go back on His promises. Whatever He says will happen, and there's no doubt about it. You are going to be with Ahlul Bayt. If I say that, hey, I guarantee you that, it's the same, and more than that, Allah is saying, I guarantee you that you who cry for Hussein are going to be with Hussein. And you know what He does? He fulfills that promise in this dunya also. You know how He fulfills that promise? A lot of you might not know how Allah is fulfilling His promise of that. The way Allah fulfills His promise with mu'mineen is that He will make them spend time with the Imam in this dunya. It is called ziyarat. Ziyarat of Hussein in this dunya is the fulfillment of Allah's promise to you. He's the one who's taking you there. And when you spend time in Karbala, He's saying, you see, I promised you. You're going to spend time here. In Akhirat, it'll be a whole different experience. Here, I'm making this promise to you and I'm fulfilling this to you. And I want you to taste it. I want you to understand it and experience it. Fulfillment of Allah's promise. It's amazing, my friends, that Allah is fulfilling this promise to us. Hussein, really, it is Allah's promise that when we see how Hussein makes us just a little bit of His mercy has made us great. Just realize that we can achieve that greatness, that we have achieved that greatness. You cried for Hussein and you have achieved it. You haven't seen Imam Hussein being killed. You haven't seen his face on the day of Ashura. Have you? No, you haven't seen his face. You haven't seen him when he saw Ali Akbar kick the ground, who was jerking his hands and feet, kicking the ground in pain as Imam Hussein was trying to pull out that spear from his heart. You haven't seen Imam Hussein. really, it was difficult for him to pick up Ali Akbar. When he picked up Ali Akbar and was walking back, Zainab saw that. She saw that. And she looked at that and she told everyone, go and help Hussein. Don't you see he's carrying Akbar in his hands? It's difficult when you see that. You haven't seen Imam Hussein lying down on the ground. When we go for ziyarat, what do we see? We see tiles, we see mirrors, we see beautiful domes, we see beautiful artwork, we see carpets on the ground, we see a zari. We look at that zari and we hold it. We feel proud that Hussein is here in this place. We haven't seen anything different. When we go for ziyarat, this is what we see. This is what people see. They see guards, they see people crying, they see people coming and doing matam, and everyone feels good doing that. Everyone, when they go for ziyarat, this is what they see. When Zainab came for ziyarat, it was different. When Zainab came, there was no artwork. There were no carpets. There was no domes. When she came for the ziyarat of Hussein and came to see Hussein, Imam Bakr says that there were sticks and swords lying around. For Zainab to reach Imam Hussein, she had to pull out those sticks from the ground, move the swords from the way. She was trying to move them out in order to get to Hussein and visit Hussein and see him and view him. When Zainab came to Hussein, then when she saw Hussein, she didn't see a zari, she didn't see a beautiful place made of marble. She saw this ground that's there. She saw blood on the ground. She saw Hussein lying in that blood. She came there to look at Hussein. She saw Hussein's hands, but their hands had no fingers. She looked at the body, but the body had so many holes, so many slashes, and so many injuries that she wanted to just touch Hussein, but she couldn't find any place that had no injury. She wanted to just touch Hussein. She looked at this body of Hussein and she was looking to just view Hussein, but the problem is she saw the body, but there was no head. There was no face to see. There was no face to see. She looked at that, could not figure out what to do. She was trying to see Hussein. I want to see your face. I want to see your face, but maybe it's not a good idea. Maybe I'll tell Zainab it's not a good idea. If you see the face of Hussein, maybe you don't see his ears, you don't see his nose as it has been disfigured. Every minute she wants to hold it. She wants to come close to it. She is used to that. This is her brother that she loved all her life. She wants to just hold his face 1 minute, for 1 second. Imam Bakr says that Zainab throughout this path from Karbala onwards was trying to see the face of Hussein. Sometime she sees the face on some spear up ahead of her. She wants to tell everyone, someone, Shimr, Umar ibn Saad, someone, let me hold the face of Hussein once. You know, just one more thing I will mention, and that's it for us today. You know, Ismail hit his foot once on the ground and Allah gave Zamzam. Allah gave Zamzam. One time Allah gave Zamzam. Hussein struck his feet on the ground. Then every tears after that, every eyes after that starting shedding Zamzam. Imam Ali says about Imam Hussein, his son, he says to Hussein that Hussein, everywhere he used to see Imam Hussein, every place he used to see Imam Hussein, he says, Ya Abrat al-Mu'mineen, O you who is the cause of tears for Mu'mineen. But when Imam Ali used to say that to Imam Hussein in every place that you met. But when Zainab saw Hussein's face, and when she saw that face on the spear, she looked at that face. There were no tears in her eyes. She could not show the tears because Hussein had told Zainab, Zainab, don't cry after me. Zainab wanted to cry, but she could not cry. You know when she cried? It is said when she was alone in the cell of Kufa, she went to the side so no one can see her. And only Imam Sajjad saw Zainab shedding tears. سيعلم الذين ظلموا أي ينقلبون يا محمود بحق محمد يا علا بحق علي يا فاطر السماوات بحق فاطمة يا محسن بحق حسن يا قديم الإحسان بحق حسين. Allah, give us the tawfiq to be on the right path. Give us the wisdom to understand your guidance. Hasten the reappearance of our Imam. Make us his helper when he comes. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah. Matam Hussein. Hussein.
चांद मुहर्रम के तू बदली में चला जा तुझे देख के मर जाए ना तुझे देख के मर जाए ना बीमार है सुरा चांद मुहर्रम के तू बदली में चला जा चांद मुहर्रम के गर ज़हरा के लुटने की खबर तूने सुनाई तुझे देख के रोती है मुहर्रम में खुदाई 1400 برس بیتے 1400 برس بیتے سب کرتے ہیں شکوہ چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا اے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی ملنے کے لیے بھائی کو ملنے کے لیے بھائی کو بے چین بڑی ہے کب سے علی اکبر کی کب سے علی اکبر کی یہ راہوں میں کھڑی ہے بچھڑی ہے یہ مدت سے بچھڑی ہے یہ مدت سے اسے تو نہ نظر آئے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا اے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا ویران گھروں میں نا ویران گھروں میں نا اسے نیند ہے آتی اکبر کی جدائی میں اسے خون رلاتی قدموں کے نشاں ڈھانپ کے قدموں کے نشاں ڈھانپ کے بیٹھی ہے اسیرا چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا اے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا گن گن کے جو سغرانے گن گن کے جو سغرانے یہ دن ہے گزارے زندہ ہے تو اکبر کے وعدوں کے سہارے دن رات تڑپتی ہے دن رات تڑپتی ہے اسے اور نہ تڑپائے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا اے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا بھیا کی جدائی میں بھیا کی جدائی میں پریشان ہے رہتی ہر روز یہ نانا کو رو رو کے ہے کہتی اکبر نہ ملا نانا میں اکبر نہ ملا نانا میں مر جاؤں گی تنہا چاند محرم کو تو بدلی میں چلا جا اے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا قاصد کو دیا خط میں قاصد کو دیا خط میں یہ پیغام لکھا کے ایک بار تو مل جاؤ مجھے سینے لگا کے پتھرائی ہوئی نظریں پتھرائی ہوئی نظریں کب دیکھیں گی چہرہ چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا اے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا وعدہ جو کیا بہن کو وعدہ جو کیا بہن کو سینے سے لگا کر میں شادی کروں گا تو تیرے پاس ہی آ کر میں 7 محرم کو میں 7 محرم کو لوٹوں گا نہ گھبرائے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا اے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا رونے نہیں دیتے مجھے رونے نہیں دیتے مجھے راتوں کو مسلمان بیماری سے بے حال ہوں بیماری سے بے حال ہوں کچھ روزے کی مہمان ہر سمت سے ہے مجھ کو ہر سمت سے ہے مجھ کو اب موت نے گھیرا ہے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا اے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا بہنوں کا تو بھائیوں سے بہنوں کا تو بھائیوں سے رشتہ ہی عجب ہے تم بھول گئے مجھ کو یہ کیسا ہی غضب ہے اس آس پہ زندہ ہوں اس آس پہ زندہ ہوں دیکھوں تیرا چہرہ چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا صغرا کے نصیبوں میں صغرا کے نصیبوں میں تو رونا ہی لکھا ہے سردار معصومہ کو ملی کیسی سزا ہے خط آیا نہ اکبر کا خط آیا نہ اکبر کا روتی رہی صغرا چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا اے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا تجھے دیکھ کے مر جائے نا تجھے دیکھ کے مر جائے نا بیمار ہے صغرا اے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں چلا جا اے چاند محرم کے تو بدلی میں یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین یا حسین
Ya Hussein. Right. Man, Imam Hussein began this jihad. We, every year that we take part in this, we are taking part in the jihad of Imam Hussein. And this is going to continue until it ends with Imam Zaman. This is where it's going to continue. And when we are standing and taking part in this jihad, Allah says in the Quran, "Inna Allaha yuhibbul ladhina yuqatiluna fi sabilillah saffan." Allah loves those who fight in the way of Allah, standing in lines, as if they are a solid wall. That's the reason that when we stand up for matam, we stand in lines, as if we are a solid wall, because it is a part of our jihad. So inshallah, let's make those lines and we'll do the matam for Imam Hussein. Make those lines this way so it's easier for men. Just make it this way and facing each other. Facing each other just like we do it all the time. Yes. Ya Hussein, 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 Ya Hussein. Let's raise the flag of Imam 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 Hussein. Let's raise the flag of Imam. Let's raise the flag of Imam. Until the existence of time, until the existence of time, until the sun ceases to shine, till the sun ceases. With all our young, old, and our prime, we will speak out against this crime until everyone knows Hussein. Let's raise the flag of Imam Hussein. Let's raise the flag, Imam Hussein. Let's raise the flag of Imam. We will keep on marching ahead. We'll keep on marching. This matam will never be dead. This matam will. We will proclaim this to the world. This miracle will never end. This morning of Imam Hussein. Let's raise the flag of Imam Hussein. Let's raise. Hassan. Let's raise the flag of Imam. Let's raise the. The world will come to know Hussein. The world will. On every heart will be his name. On everyone. He is the one who bore the pain, seeing his family being slain. They will be crying out, Hussein. Let's raise the flag of Imam. Everyone together. Let's raise the flag of Imam Hussein. Let's raise the flag. Let's raise the flag. When crime will be throughout the land. When crime throughout the land, the world will come out hand in hand. The world will come out hand in hand. From every house and every land, people will come and make a stand. At that time, everyone will say, let's raise the flag of Imam Hussein. Let's raise the flag of Imam Hussein. Let's raise the flag of Imam. Let's raise the. Everyone together. Let's raise the flag. Hussein, let's raise. Last one. Hussein is the name of Islam. Hussein is the name of Islam. Hussein is the living Quran. Hussein is the. Everyone. Hussein is the living Quran. Say. Hussein is the height of Iman, who showed what is the truth to man. The world is grateful to Hussein. Let's raise the flag of Imam Hussein. Let's raise the flag of Imam Hussein. Let's raise the flag. Let's raise the flag. Ya Hussein, 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 Hussein. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. السلام عليك يا رسول الله. السلام عليك يا حبيب الله يا خير خلق الله ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى